All right, so we are day, I'm not even sure how many into our stay-at-home order. And one of the things that I hear a lot is that people would walk their dogs more if their dog was easier to walk. And so I thought I'd make a little video on the Gentle Leader. It's a great tool to make your dog easier to walk. I personally use the name brand Gentle Leader, and I do so because I just think that it's a little bit better of a product than some of the other ones that are out there. What I like about it is that no matter how much the dog pulls, you're not closing their mouth, and I think that's important. Some of the other products, I find that they sit too far down on the dog's muzzle, and that makes it so that you know, when the dog pulls, that the dog ends up having their mouth closed. And I'm trying real hard to, you know, I don't want to do that to my dog. I want my dog to be able to breathe, right? So I chose one of my dogs today. She's just under 2 years old. She's never worn a Gentle Leader before. She is very biddable though, and she's very food motivated. So I'm gonna kind of show you some of the things that I would do to get her to wear it. Some of you guys are gonna find that your dogs are gonna take a little bit longer with each step, and it's simply because your dog isn't, you know, used to being trained, maybe isn't that food motivated, maybe is a little bit more leery and unsure of what you're up to. You know, maybe they've been muzzled at the vet and they think that that's what you're gonna do by putting this on their face. You know, this can be done for any dog. It just may take longer, right? So each step that I do, I may need to do a little bit longer if, you know, I'm not even sure what she's gonna do, because like I said, I've actually never put a Gentle Leader on her before. So we'll see what she's gonna do. All right, this is Jelly. She is a little bit under 2 years of age. She's a Rottweiler. And let's see if I can get her to turn. Let's see if I sit here with her. All right, so I'm using actual food, not dog treats. And the reason why I do that is because I want a dog who really, really, really wants this. And you can see she really, really, really wants this. This is a meat stick. It's kind of like a hot dog. You know, it's basically the same thing as a hot dog. You can see she really, really, really wants this. So the first thing I'm gonna do is, I'm just gonna give her one just for the heck of it. All right, so when I look at my Gentle Leader, this might be tough, hang on. When I look at my Gentle Leader, the very first thing that I'm gonna have to do is I have to make sure that I'm gonna put it on properly. So when I've got my Gentle Leader, you're not helpful. It's hanging down. The first thing I'm gonna do is walk my hands into the middle here, and I'm gonna pull the middle piece straight up, right? And so, I have no more food in my hand, just hang out. I'm gonna pull it straight out so that it slides freely, right? If you pull it and it stays, then it's not running freely, then you've done it wrong. So you wanna make sure that when you're looking at it, you pull that straight up so it slides freely. And that's the piece that's gonna go over the dog's nose. And so what I'm gonna do here, oh good, she settled herself into a nice sit here, is I'm gonna, oh, so much for that, is I'm gonna just have the Gentle Leader on my hand and I'm gonna feed her, right? I want her to smell the Gentle Leader while she's eating, right? I'm not sure she smells anything or tastes anything. She's a bit of a pig. And I just want to show her the Gentle Leader means the food. So I take the Gentle Leader and the food away, and I'm gonna reproduce both of those, right? Let her see it, smell it, get used to it. Some dogs are, like I said, some dogs are gonna be leery. They're gonna be like, what's that thing on your hand? Just feed them and let them get really used to it. Talk to them. What a good girl you are, right? She's a good girl. Are you my good girl? You are my good girl. She's much more into the food than my talking. All right, so my next step is I'm going to have her start seeing that she's gonna have to put this on her face in order for her to get the food. So, Jelly, can you back up? There we go. So I'm gonna hold it up, yes. And you could see she went straight through it to get the food because, well, she's a pig and she'd do anything for food. Could you back it up, girlfriend? 1 second. All right. So I've got my gentle leader, I've got my food, yes. Notice I'm not putting my hand through the gentle leader. I'm having her put her face through the gentle leader for the food, right? I don't want the food to go to the dog. I want the dog to come to the food. So, let's see. Yes. And I'm going to mark it with a little positive marker there. I want her to understand that what she's doing is something that I like. And so my positive marker is the word yes. And I'm going to say yes every time she's going to put her face through it. So I'm going to work with her for a few seconds here quietly so that you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. I'm having a hard time talking and demonstrating, and these pieces of food are sliding out of my fingers. Yes. And every time I give her a hot dog or whatever it is that I've got, I'm going to go ahead and take the gentle leader back off of her. Right? I want her to see that the food only comes when it's on. Yes. These are slippery. Yes. So I want her to start seeing that it's the act of putting her face through, yes, is what's getting her the food. Maybe I should have picked a dog who's a little less food motivated. Yes. You guys can see she's making a real effort to put her face back through it. Jelly, you're silly. Come here, Jill. She thinks I dropped one. Come here, over here. There we go. Ready? Yes. I don't know if you saw that. She actually nuzzled her head up into it. Come here. Come here. Let's do that again. I didn't drop anything. Come here. Okay. Come on. Ready? Yes. All right. Let's try this one at a time. Let's see what I can do here. She found a piece of food that I dropped. Yes. Did you get it? Okay. All right. Come here so that people can see. Yes. You guys see I'm not putting the food towards her, and I'm not putting the gentle leader towards her. My hands are staying still. This is all about her coming to it. Yes. Yes. I can move it around, right? So she missed it, so she didn't get the food. Guys, see how I'm holding it open? This way, right? Not this way. This makes it impossible for the dog to put her face in. By holding it like this, I have it wide open for the dog to be able to put her face in, right? So I want her to see that it's all about the gentle leader. So I'm gonna start asking for this performance to be just a little bit harder, right? Where I'm gonna move it, yes. So that time it wasn't straight in front of her face. That time it was off to the side a little bit, yes. And I want to see, does she really understand that putting her face in the gentle leader is what is getting her the food? Yes. You guys can see she's nuzzling. She's trying real hard to get that back on her face, right? So I'm going to hold it a little bit different place this time. She went past it. She got uh-oh, and it went away, right? Let her see that, oh, you made a mistake. Yes. And that time she had to work a little bit harder to figure out where to put her face. Yes. I know, too many. Could you back up? I know you're like on top of me though. I can't breathe with you breathing in my face. Yes. This time I moved it. Let's see what she thinks of this. she made a mistake. It went away. She just went past it, right? She went around it. She cheated. Cheaters don't win, right? So let's see. So she's a little struggling here, right? She's a little unsure. Let's see if she thinks this through. I'm never gonna force her. I'm not gonna, uh-oh, nice try. She went to go around it again, right? I'm not gonna force her. I'm not gonna put it on her. I'm not gonna argue with her. This is all her doing. And she has to make the decisions. Does she want the food? Yes, good girl. Yeah, there you go. Yes, and you can see by my not forcing her, not arguing with her, letting this be her decision. Yes, she's come right back to work. Did you get that one? You got it. Don't even try to tell me you didn't get it. Let's try another one. Yes. So what we saw there, that pause there, was just because I made it harder. I made her think, and she just wasn't real sure of exactly what I wanted from her. And so she needed some time to process what was going on. And you see, she came right back to work. Uh-oh, so she went around it. She got an uh-oh as just, oh, that's not gonna work for you. How about, let's see, uh-oh, nice try, right? So just show her that, I'm not gonna tell her no, I'm not gonna argue with her, I'm not gonna be upset with her. She just doesn't know yet, right? So I'm simply gonna just take the food away. It's just not available to you unless you perform the way I want you to. All right. Oops, what happened there? She thought about it. Something behind me is distracting her. I don't know what she's looking at. Maybe the cat. Let's see if I can get her back to work. Oh, nice try. Yes. There we go. Yes. She's come back to work now. I'm gonna do just about 4 or 5 more just like that. Yes. Kind of get her a little bit excited again and show her, oh yeah, remember how this is working for you. Yes. I think it worried her a little bit by being told that she did something incorrect, right? Yes. So she paused there on me. Yes. Good girl. You're so good. Now I'm gonna see if I can get her to leave it on her face for a little while. So that goes 1, 2, uh-oh. So it fell off, and that's all she's gonna get. She's gonna get an uh-oh. My hands went in my lap. I'm no longer picking it up. I want her to see that all the food went away and that whatever we were doing stopped because it fell off her face. So she's kind of staring at me. Oh, wait, what just happened here? I'm gonna give her an opportunity to fix that. She's thinking, are you gonna work? What are you doing? You want it, I know you do. What do you think, Jelly? Yeah, good girl. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go, good girl. All right, I'm gonna try to do that a little bit slower this time, but I wanted her to see, hey, this is really cool. Now we're getting multiple treats for having it on. All right, nice try. I'm gonna try again. Nice try. If you backed up just a little bit, that'd be really helpful. Come here, Joe. There we go. I don't know, she really wants this food. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good girl. Just kind of getting her used to the thought of it being on her face, right? So, there we go. Getting her used to the feel of it and showing her that, hey, as long as you don't throw it off, you're gonna get food, right? Having this thing on your face is getting you fed. Uh-oh. And so it came off, and so the food went away. It's on the floor. I'm not gonna pick it up. I'm not gonna argue with her. I just want her to see that, wow, you took it off your face, and so look what happened. Everything stopped. So let's see if she'll go back to work. Yes. So she gets 1. That was a big fail on my part. Sorry, girlfriend. All right, let's try this again. I know. All right, 1, 2. Oh my God, my hands are so slimy from her licking me. Everything's falling. Uh-oh, what happened? What happened? What happened, Jelly? You want to try that again? All right, let's try that again. She says, more food, please. Yes. 1, 2, 3. It would be helpful if you'd back up. 4, 5. All right. I feel like maybe if we backed up, it'd be a little bit more in the frame. What do you think? Is that better? All right, let's try that again. Ready? Hang on. Back up. So she gets 1, 2, 3. And you can see now she's leaving it on. She's not really thinking about throwing it off anymore at all. And so I'm almost ready to buckle it. She put it back on. She gets her 1. She gets her next. And she gets her next. You guys can see I have it fitting really, really big right now. So because I want to fit it properly. And so it's really big. I haven't cinched anything down. It's all loose. And I just want her to see that putting it on leads to more food. All right? Good girl. You're gonna run out of food. And so I'm gonna take it off of her and show her the food stops. And that if she wants the food to start again, that she's gonna want it back on. All right, so remember, so I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna put it on her properly. So the first thing I'm gonna do, whoops, it got tangled. I know. The first thing I'm gonna do is make sure that it's sliding free. Okay, so it's sliding nice and free. I'm gonna have, come over here. I'm gonna have her put it on herself, right? I'm gonna have her put her nose through it. And then I am going to buckle it on her and I'm gonna feed her for wearing it. Yes. Yes, good girl. There you go. What a good girl you are. You my good girl. You are my good girl. You are my good girl. What? Yeah. Well, that's some good stuff, huh? All right, I'm gonna see if she'll hold still enough for you guys to see how I'm gonna fit this properly. So when we fit a gentle leader, we fit the back piece first, right? We want this piece to sit as far back here as possible. If we fit this piece first, can you guys see now it's sitting almost straight up and down on her face? I don't want that. I want it sitting way back there. I don't want it closing her mouth. Remember the first thing I said was that I like the gentle leader because it doesn't close their mouth. If it's fitted in properly, it does close their mouth, and that's not what we want. We want it to sit way back there. And in order for it to sit way back there, I need to take this piece, the neck piece, and I'm gonna tighten it down as tight as I can get it, almost to where the point where I feel it's probably almost too tight. The nice thing about the gentle leader is that even if it's tight, remember when I attach the leash here, I'm pulling away from the dog's throat. You're never gonna get that sound that you get when you put a collar on the dog or any kind of like a choke collar or anything like that. So it's very, very tight. It sits right here. You guys can see it's up against her ears here, right against that skull. That's where I want it sitting, right there, okay? And now, this piece sitting further back, I can go ahead and tighten this. The nice thing about this is that if this piece is fitted properly, this piece can be a little bit looser, right? And so she can pant and she can breathe. So I'm just gonna adjust this just a hair. There we go. All right, and Jelly was a really good sport for all of that, right? Like I said, this dog's never worn a gentle leader before, but just introducing it properly made all the difference in the world, right? She doesn't care that's on her face. She wants more food. Yes. All right. And now I'm gonna add the leash, and I'm gonna start showing Jelly that she has the ability to control whether or not it's tight. So I'm gonna see if I can do this and stay in the frame. We'll see what we get. So I'm gonna take a step. Yes, did you see that? She wasn't real sure about taking a step with it on. She wasn't sure she could walk, right? Some dogs, they'll see the line in front of their eyes and it becomes a visual to them that they can't cross. And that's just a matter of using some food and getting them to understand that they can still take a step, right, with it on. So I want to show her she has some control here. So I'm going to step out of the frame and then and I'm going to let her come into the frame and I'm going to stop. I'm going to show her that if the gentle leader becomes tight, that she can actually make it loose again with her body, you know, that if she came closer back to me, that the leash would stay loose. And that's the whole goal of the gentle leader, right? Is if the leash is loose, then you know, the dog is happy, they aren't feeling any pressure on the gentle leader at all. And if the leash gets tight, well, then they're feeling pressure on the gentle leader. And that should give them the cue that they're doing something incorrect. So let's see if I can move Jelly a little bit and see if I can come back and get her to pull tight. Whoops, she just shook her head. She didn't pull tight. Let's see what we get here. She's all about this food. She will not walk away from me. Let's see. Okay, there, she's fighting it a little bit. Yes. I'm not gonna argue with her. If she sticks her head to the ground like that and she paws at it, I'm just gonna hold my leash and I'm not gonna tell her no, I'm not gonna argue with her, but I am gonna put a little bit of pressure on that leash and let her see that, oh look, when you do that, it feels a little bit tight, doesn't it? You don't like that. You liked it better when it was nice and loose and you were getting food, right? So, come on, Jill. Okay, so there we go. She made it tight, and then she made it loose. Yes. I'm not going to use the food to convince her to stop fighting with it, right? Using the food to convince her to stop fighting with it is only going to reward the fighting, right? Every time she ducks her head down and fights with it, somebody puts food down there. It's going to make her fight with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to ignore all that and wait until she stops fighting it. When she stops fighting it and she walks with me, then yes, good girl. I want to reward behavior I like. I don't want to, I just want to ignore everything that I don't like. So, and she's figuring it out, right? Let's see if she'll walk. Yes! So that time she walked without fighting it, so I want to make sure I reward that. That was a very good girl. Yes, good girl. And she's figured out that fighting it is, you know, not really going to be very good for her, and that walking with me is much, much better plan here. So let's see. Yes, good girl. All right, I'm not going to reward that one. I don't want her to start thinking that she can fight it, and then I'm going to go ahead and reward her for it, right? I don't want her to think, oh, I fight it, then I stop fighting it, and then I get a cookie. I want her to see that not fighting it is what's getting you the cookie. Yes! I don't know if you guys saw that. She was kind of fighting it. She was pulling her head down. She was arguing with me over it, and I just kind of held my leash totally still, didn't say anything to her about it. But as soon as her head came up and the leash came loose, I went ahead and rewarded that. Because I want to show her she is in control of whether or not this is tight. Yes. So by backing up, I made it tight just because I turn direction, and when I turn direction, she should come with me. Yes, and she's figuring that out right away, that coming with me keeps the gentle leader loose and it gets her some food. And you guys see she's stopping with me now. It's no longer where she thinks she's gonna walk. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna step really far out of the frame. I'm gonna walk into the kitchen and come back and see if I can get her walking a little bit faster, because I want her to just kind of give a full stop with the gentle leader tight if she'll do it. And I want you guys to see how I'm gonna handle that. So I'm gonna step all the way out here. And I want her to think that maybe we're gonna go further. Except now she's completely convinced that staying with me, yes, is the thing to do, which is exactly what I want. I'm not gonna argue with her over that, right? This is exactly what I want. I want a dog who's gonna walk with me. All right, so if I was gonna go out for a walk in the street, I'm gonna go walk my dog, right? So I can take his breakfast or his dinner, or I can take and mix it with some chicken or hot dogs or meatballs or cheese or whatever it's gonna be. And I'm going to, I walk my dogs on my left because that's what obedient people do. And I keep the leash in my right hand and the food is in my left hand. And the reason that is because you can see I'm feeding her and she's facing straight. See that? All right, now I want you to see if I change and I put the leash in my left hand. Hang on, you already did it, but I want to show. The leash in my left hand and the food in my right hand. What am I doing? I'm encouraging her to cross in front of me now. I can't very well walk with this big old Rottweiler in front of me. So, by putting the leash in my right hand and having the dog on my left with the food in my left hand, now I can encourage her to walk in a straight line next to me instead of crossing in front of me. You know, I should mention that in past videos, I've seen that my camera has things backwards. So if it looks like she's on my right side and I'm saying left and it looks right, it's just the camera. For some reason on selfie it does that. But I thought I fixed it, so there's a good chance that it is actually correct right now, but I'm not sure. All right, so I'm gonna head to the end of the couch here, and I'm gonna actually take a couple of steps along with her. So she's now on my left side. I've got my food in my left hand. My leash is in my right hand. I'm gonna take a step and I'm gonna feed her. Except she dropped it on the floor. There. Let's try that again. Ready? All right, so leash is in my right hand, dog on my left, food in my left. I'm gonna take a step and I'm gonna feed her. Whoops, and you dropped it again. All right, and the cat sees an opportunity for some food. He's all about this. This is Boo Boo Kitty. He's always my training partner. He always likes to come in here. He's all about the food, and he'll take the food right out of this big dog's face. He doesn't care. All right, so let's try that again. I'm going to literally feed her every single step if that's what it takes. So, all right, up here. I've got my food in my right hand. Step, feed. Step, feed. Step, feed. And right up onto the couch. I got her. All right, I'm gonna do this in the house for a little while before I even consider going outside with her. But once she starts to understand this game of step, feed, step, feed, step, feed, now I can probably go to 2 steps and feed, right? She's, like I said, she's real biddable, and I'm kind of going through everything a little bit fast with her because I can. So 1, 2, feed, 1, 2, feed. Right here. 1, 2, feed. She's just all about this food. I probably could walk her down the block now. Yes, what a good girl. And she's just walking right on with me. She's crowding me a little bit, but that'll go away as we get out into, if we went outside, she wouldn't crowd me so much. She'd be a little bit more interested and watching what's going on. All right, I have 4 pieces of food left. So that's how long this video is gonna be. It's 4 more pieces of food. And we're gonna call it a day because I can't work with the dog without any more food, right? She earns it, she deserves it, I wanna pay her, right? So I'm just gonna walk with her and feed her. And so if I did this with her breakfast or her dinner, I can get a dog who's very, very interested in what I'm doing. In fact, I have a dog that I'm working with right now that I've been feeding him his breakfast every day on a walk, and now I have a dog who walks really, really nice next to me. And look at this dog. She's like almost in a perfect heel now, just by putting her on a gentle leader. Like I said, she's never seen one before, has never walked nice on a leash before. You'll see, I don't know if you guys saw, she kind of batted at it a little bit. I mean, it's odd being walked by your face, right? There's our last piece of food there. So I'm gonna take this off and I'm gonna let her go wherever she wants to go. If she wants to sit here and beg for more food, I don't have any more food, girlfriend. You know, I learned a long time ago that people don't necessarily want their dogs to heel. They just don't want to be dragged, right? And if we just don't want to be dragged, then there's no point in going through all of these lessons on heel and putting corrective collars like chip chains and prong collars on dogs when we don't really care whether or not they actually heel. All we really want is a nice relaxing walk. And so if that's all you want, then a gentle leader is a great answer for that. You get a dog who will walk next to you, who likes it, doesn't mind it. Once they figure out that every single time that gentle leader comes on, that means they're going for a walk, then you've got a dog who is gonna love his gentle leader. So I hope that was helpful. I hope that you could get out and exercise, you and your dog, while we have to stay at home. And just because you can't go anywhere doesn't mean that you can't go outside. So go outside and go take your dogs for a walk. Come on, Jelly, let's go.